It's way too expensive. I'll be doing a certain eye look for it. Hey baby, welcome back to our channel. So for today's video, I'll be sharing my top 5 favorite niche fragrances. For me, niche fragrances are for special events. Most of the time, I use my niche collection, which are just samples because I can't afford it. It's way too expensive. So what I'll be showing you today are my top 5 favorite niche fragrances, and I'll accompany it with this look, plus a little bit of a makeup look, just to make it more interesting. So for each fragrance, I'll be doing a certain eye look for it. Now, let's head on to the first one, shall we? So, I have my base set up, and the first fragrance that I'll be talking about is from Alexandria Fragrances. So this is the cartridge, and what's inside is Hafiz 1984. So what does this smell like? It smells very boozy and very sharp. Not a lot of people will like this. It's very bold, unapologetic, but this is by far the most longest lasting fragrance I've ever had. The problem I have with this is I love the opening. It's very brash and bold and a bit of a dark fruity smell, but as it dries, it's very scratchy, but the opening is worth being on this list for. Let's get on with the look. This is the look that I created for Hafiz 1984. I chose purple because it looks very brooding and dark and mysterious and voluptuous, and that's what this stands for. Okay, let's head on to the next one. The next one is also from Alexandria Fragrances, but this is an inspired fragrance, and I like this or the one it inspires from, and this is Mr. Sillage. This is inspired from the fragrance Myrrh and Tonka, which I absolutely love. It's Jo Malone Myrrh and Tonka, and it looks like this. What it smells like to me is, it's a bit powdery in a sense. It's very ambery and warm and cuddly and cozy. If you know what Sarsi smells like, it kind of smells like this. It's very full, it's resinous, it's kind of balmy. Now, let's create the eye look for this one. Now, this is the eye look for Mr. Sillage or Jo Malone Myrrh and Tonka. It has that warmness, just cozy and cuddly, and it has that somewhat a mysterious vibe. It has that a little bit of a powdery but sparkling vibe, which is why we have that little sparkle at the inner side of our eye. So, that's the eye look for Mr. Sillage, and let's head on to the next one. Now let's move on to the big daddies, the Tom Ford fragrances. I actually have 3 Tom Ford fragrances here because I love Tom Ford private line fragrances. So the first Tom Ford private blend fragrance that I'm about to show you is Neroli Portofino. So what does this smell like? This smells just like very fresh, but not in a conventional way. It smells like cologne that you would smell as a kid, but level up to the nth level. It has a bit of that depth to it that you won't be able to smell in other cologne type fragrances like this. It's just very sparkling and citrusy and fun. So let's head on and create this eye look. This is the eye look that I created for Neroli Portofino. So you can see it has a little bit of that greenness to it. Plus, it has that blue skies feel. It feels very open. And other than that, I chose blue here because it reminded me of like the ocean, because this feels very watery. I also used glittery shades because Neroli Portofino smells very sparkly. Now let's move on to the next one. This is getting interesting. Now the next one, the goth fragrance, the Valentine's Day fragrance. This is Tom Ford Noir de Noir, Black of Black. Some people say that this smells like Valentine's Day, and I agree. Not a lot of people will like it. It has a prominent rose smell with a little bit of a chocolatey, smooth vibe to it. I love this fragrance so much. It's so of my style. It's very smooth but very bold. Let's head on to maybe I look for Black of Black, Noir de Noir. I'm getting tired. Time check, it's 3:40 a.m. I didn't expect this would be so tiring, okay? Oh yeah, I added a little bit of white eyelashes for the Rolly Portofino. It looks cool. So this is the makeup look that I created for Noir de Noir. So I chose a black pigment, the inner V, because it's very dark and voluptuous. And I added a little bit of red to represent that rosiness, that romanticness. And I put on a falsie and as well as a shimmer shade in the inner corner to represent that it's very fancy, very expensive. Now let's head on to the last one before I sleep. So last but not least, my most favorite fragrance of all time is Tom Ford Tuscan Leather. It smells like absolutely expensive leather. And it has a little bit of that smokiness, which I really love. It has a sweetness but an earthiness to it. Now let's make the eye look for this. Last but not least, Tuscan Leather. Sorry if it's a bit rough, I'm really tired. What I did here is I put a black base at the outer V because Tuscan Leather is very somewhat dark and mysterious and brooding too. Somewhat similar to Noir de Noir. But the thing here is it's smoky and leathery. That's why I put a little bit of a brown right up there. And the transition shade. And then I put in a foiled gold in the middle because Tuscan Leather is pure gold. I smoked out a little bit in the under eye, well at least I tried, but I'm so tired. So yeah, I smoked it out because Tuscan Leather is very smoky. So yeah, that's it for our video today. I'm so tired. Anyway, I hope you learned something today and I hope you got an idea on what these niche fragrances smell like, and I urge you to try them because they're really good. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. What are your top 5 niche fragrances? If you have any, leave it down in the comment below, and if you have any suggestions for future content, then comment it down below too. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified of my future posts when I post. And I don't know what I'm saying anymore, so thanks for watching and bye baby. See you next time. I'm gonna sleep.